It's time to land your six-figure corporate job. What have you been waiting for? Fearful about doing it? Do you lack confidence? Are you too busy? Or perhaps you think you don't have the qualifications. Believe me, the qualifications is the least important thing in that list. You might think you need an MBA or a second MBA or a PhD, or maybe you feel you should already be doing the job. But if you're doing the job, why aren't you being paid six figures for it? So if you're not in a six-figure job in corporate and it's something that you want, this is the time to go for it. You may say, well, I don't have an MBA, but at least I need to get some certifications. Well, you may need a certification, or you may need some other training in order to get a six-figure job. But that shouldn't be the thing that stops you. Not all six-figure jobs may be the one for you. If you're a brain surgeon, yes, you need to go get the proper training for that. If you're a lawyer, yes, you need to go and get the proper training for that. But did you know a lot of lawyers are not even making six figures? So it's not always about the training. There are other ways that you can look at getting a six-figure job. Let's think about it. As I mentioned, some people think you need to be doing the job already, or at least be 100% qualified in order to be able to do a six-figure job. But that's not true. Let's talk about the confidence issue. In a book that was written by Katty Kay and Claire Shipman, The Confidence Code, they cited that most women would not apply for a job unless they felt that they knew 85% of how to do the job itself. This percent is a little bit lower for men, but still, it's an issue. It's a block that keeps people from applying for a six-figure corporate job or any six-figure job. There are tools that you can put in place and use in order to land your six-figure job. In a webinar I did recently where I outlined one of these tools and talked about the work that needed to be done in order to use this tool effectively to land your six-figure job, one of the webinar participants said, "Isn't that an awful lot of work to do in order to get a job?" Well, my response was, it is some work. Work is required. But what if this tool helped you to land a job where you could enjoy the work that you did and get paid the salary that you want? Why would you just discard this? Why wouldn't you take a look at it? So what was this awful lot of work? Well, it was a tool called the 30, 60, 90-day success plan. Now, this tool is usually used most of the time for onboarding. When a company hires a new candidate into the job, they have a 30, 60, 90-day plan. And at the end of the 90 days, they do a performance review based on the plan and whether the new person in the job was able to follow that to the best of their abilities. Or if they didn't, then there would be a review about how they could be exited out of the job. But you're going to use the 30, 60, 90-day plan to show your skills, your expertise, the problems you've solved, and how you're going to use this skill and your problem-solving abilities to contribute to the goals of the company that you're applying for. When you put a tool like this together, it's a forward-looking tool. It's not looking back at what you've done. It's using what you've done to show how you can forward the goals of the company you're applying to. And I've had a lot of success with this tool for myself and for my clients. So I'm going to tell you about it now. And if you feel that it's something that you can use, I recommend that you reach out and ask some more questions about it. I'll be glad to answer your questions. So here we go. So let's talk about this awful lot of work. What's the scope of the work required in order to put this tool together? Well, first of all, it's a customized success plan. So it refers directly to the position you're applying for and the company that holds the position you're applying for. So it's going to require doing some research, digging deep into the company's website, into their financial statements, if they're a public company. If they're not a public company, it will require going to social media to check out the executives in the company, what they're saying, what people who work for the company are saying. It requires doing some information meetings, meeting with people who you may know who works at that company, or someone who's left the company and is working somewhere else, Or if you can't get to someone in the company, doing an information meeting or a series of information meetings with someone who holds a similar position in a different company who can tell you about what's required in order to be successful on the job. After you've done this research, then you'll create a stretch goal, a goal that is aligned with the objectives and the goals of the company that you have found out about during your research. Then you will put together a series of actions that you will take to accomplish that goal. And you break this down into 30 days, 60-day, and 90-day increments. In the plan, you're going to also show how you will get results. How will they know that you have results, that you've solved this problem or you've reached this goal? It's by the metrics that you use, the percentages, the numbers, something to give tangible results to what you have chosen to do as your goal. And you learn how to present this plan so that it becomes like an agenda during your meeting. So once you are able to pull this plan out, then you can refer to it when they ask you a question like, how do you see yourself being successful in this job? You could say something like, well, I've put together a 30, 60, 90-day plan with some goals that I think you might be interested in. And I'd love to show you that and see how they align with what you're wanting to do with this team or this company over the next 90 days to a year. So this plan can not only help you during the interview process. Say you are already looking for a six-figure job and you're having a hard time getting interviews. You can refer to your plan in your cover letter for any of the jobs that you're applying for and get them to respond to you because of the way that you present the information about this plan. It's kind of like creating, on a website where they have a lead magnet. You put your lead magnet in your cover letter. Believe me, it works. This is only one of several tools that can be used to land your six-figure job this year. Another tool that you've heard of, I'm sure you've heard a lot about it, is networking. But this is about networking in the right way with a strategic, targeted plan in order to land your six-figure job. So if you would like to know more about that, you can look at the video above because I talk some more about how to make networking work for you. So is it possible to land your six-figure corporate job? Yes. Absolutely, it is possible. And you can even do this within the next 90 days. If you're ready to do this, I'm ready to help you. So click on the link below this video and book your 20-minute strategy session, and let's get you started.